students, welcome to accountancy class. In this class I am going to teach you consignment accounts, simple problem. So in this problem we are going to prepare ledger accounts and we means here. So first let me explain you the problem that I have taken here. On 1st January 2015, Kamala of Hyderabad consigned goods valued at rupees 30,000 to Ravi of Madras. Kamala paid cottage expenses rupees 2,000. Ravi sent account sales with the details. 50% of goods sold for rupees 22,000. Expenses rupees 1,200. Commission on sales at 5%. Ravi enclosed bank draft for the balance. Prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of Kamala. This is the problem, very simple problem. And in this problem we are asked to prepare only necessary ledger accounts in the books of Kamala. In the books of Kamala. So here Kamala is the consignor. Kamala is the consignor because Kamala of Hyderabad consigned goods to value at rupees 30,000 to Ravi of Madras. Here two persons, one is Kamala, another is Ravi. Kamala is the person one who sends the goods on consignment. So she is called as consignor. Whereas Ravi of Madras receives the goods which were sent on consignment. He is a consignee. So here Kamala is the consignor, Ravi is the consignee in this problem. So we ask to prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of Kamala. So to do or prepare the ledger accounts, first we need to make working notes for the given problem. So here I prepared working notes. One by one I will explain. Similarly, you have to do the same in the exams or whenever you were given a problem to do consignment accounts. And these working notes are very important. With the help of working notes, it is easy to prepare ledger accounts in the books of consignor. See here working notes. First one, point A, consignor, that is Kamala. Consignee, Ravi. Goods sent on, first point, it is A, B points are not important. For understanding point of view, I have taken here as point A and point B, Kamala and Ravi. Kamala is the consignor, Ravi is the consignee. And the goods sent on consignment is rupees 30,000. This is the first working note point. Second working note point is that consignor expenses. In this problem, consignor paid cottage expenses rupees 2,000. So we can go to take cottage expenses 2,000. Next, goods sold by the consignee. In this problem, consignee sold the goods. 50% of goods sold for rupees 22,000. 50% of goods sold for rupees 22,000. So here 22,000 rupees. 50% of goods sold for rupees 22,000. Okay, students. So who sold? Consignee. Consignee means who here? Yes, Ravi. Ravi sold the goods, 50% of the goods for rupees 22,000. And consignee expenses. Here, consignee expenses are rupees 1,200. Actually, it is the general expenses. Here, when the general expenses given in the problem, we can treat it as recurring expenditure. We treat it as recurring expenditure. Why I am highlighting this point here means while we calculating the closing stock value or while we evaluating the unsold stock in the consignment, we should consider the consignee's non-recurring expenditures but not recurring expenditure. So your expenses, general expenses are given rupees 1200. That is the recurring expenditure, and which we won't consider while we evaluating the unsold stock in the consignment business. Okay, for that I highlighted that point. Here consignee general expenses rupees 1200. This is recurring expenditure which we won't consider at the time of valuation of unsold stock in the consignment. And come to next one, commission on sales. See in this problem, commission on sales at 5%. So total sales made by the consignee is rupees 22,000. So on 22,000 at the rate of 5%, if we calculate, we will get 1100. So this is the commission amount. And unsold stock. Here while we are evaluating unsold stock, just we can go to take the total cost of goods and consignment, that is 30,000. So in 30,000, 50% of goods sold out. So remaining stock is only 50%. That will be 15,000. If you calculate, you will get 15,000. To that we can go to add consignor non-recurring expenses. That is rupees 2,000 in the proportionate rate. In the proportionate consignor expenses, rupees 2,000 into 50 by 100. That we will get 1,000. So and here there is no non-recurring expenses of consignee. So no need to add consignee expenses to unsold stock value. So if you calculate these two, and the total will be 16,000. This 16,000 is the unsold stock value. Okay. So in this way we can go to make working notes for the given problem. Here consignor is Kamala and consignee is Ravi, and we are asked in this problem to prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of Kamala. So Kamala means consignor. So in the books of consignor we need to prepare 3 accounts. One is consignment account, another is consignee, that is Ravi. Consignee is Ravi account. Okay. So Ravi account. Then third one, goods and consignment account. So total 3 accounts we need to prepare: consignment account, consignee account, and goods and consignment account. Right. So here first we can go to take first point, that is goods and consignment. For this we can go to take the entry in our mind. What is the entry we have to write in the books of consignor? Goods and consignment account debit to goods and consignment account. So in the consignment account debit side, point A to goods sent on consignment account, rupees 30,000. And in the credit side of goods and consignment account, the third one, only 3 necessary ledger accounts we need to prepare in the books of consignor. One is consignment, and second one Ravi account, that is consignee account, and third one goods and consignment account. So in the goods and consignment account, point 1 by consignment account, rupees 30,000. Okay students, here for the first point, in the consignment account debit side, you can go to write the third account name, that is to goods and consignment account, amount of rupees 30,000. In the third account, the first account name you can go to write by consignment account, rupees 30,000. In this way you can go to write the first entry. And second one, consignor expenses. For the consignor expenses, we have to write the entry in the books of consignor, that is consignment account debit to cash account. So in the consignment account, to cash in bracket expenses. Okay students, okay, whose expenses it is? Consignor expenses. Okay, cash account in brackets expenses, amount, how much amount is spent? She spent rupees 2,000. Here you can go to write 2,000. Consignor expenses. Who is the consignor? Kamala spent rupees 2,000. So second point in the consignment account, you can go to write expenses of consignor, that is rupees 2,000. Only once we are writing, only one time we are going to write it in the consignment account. It will not come. We will not show it again in any other account. Only once we can go to show it in the consignment account debit side. we, when we when we have been given consignor expenses in the problem, rupees 2000, and goods sold by the consignee for rupees 22,000. 50% of goods sold by the consignee for rupees 22,000. So for sale of the goods, third point, in the consignment account entry, first we think in our mind the entry. What is that entry? Consignee account debit to consignment account. In the consignment account, third consignee account, Ravi account, debit side. You can go to write to consignment. To consignment account 22,000. And again in the consignment account credit side, point 3 by Ravi. In brackets, if you want, you can go to write consignee account rupees 22,000. Okay. So when there is the sale in the problem, then we can go to write directly in the consignee account debit side, and similarly in the goods side, consignment account credit side by Ravi account in brackets consignee because of sale. Because of consignee sale. Here in brackets you can go to write consignee sale. Then we can understand easily why we credited the Ravi, credited in the consignment account Ravi. So Ravi, in brackets you can go to write consignee sale rupees 22,000. And come to next one, consignee expenses. So when there is a consignee expenses, then the entry is consignment account debit to consignee account. So fourth point, to consignee in brackets Ravi, or we can go to write anything, Ravi account in brackets consignee expenses. Okay, consignee expenses amount, that is rupees 1200. So consignee account in brackets consignee is Ravi account, in brackets you can go to write consignee expenses. And come to credit side of Ravi account by consignment account 1200. So here debit side of consignment account, we can go to write Ravi account in bracket consignee expenses rupees 1200, and in the consignee account credit side by consignment account in brackets expenses rupees 1200. And come to next point, that is consignee commission. Here 1,100 rupees we calculated the commission on consignment sales, that is rupees 1100. So it will be shown in two places. The entry is consignment account debit to consignee account. This entry we will write in the books of consignor. We have to think this entry in our mind. Now we can go to post the entry in the ledger books. So fifth point, to commission, or we can go to write Ravi commission account, that is 1100. 1100. And in the Ravi's account credit side, consignment account in bracket commission, that is amount 1,100. Okay students, like this we can go to it. After that, now unsold stock, we evaluated unsold stock in the problem. 50% of the stock was unsold in the business. That can be shown only one side, in the consignment account credit side. So here it is the fifth point. So entry, fifth point you can go to, sorry, sixth point. Yeah, fifth point it is. Sixth point, by unsold stock, by unsold stock account, by unsold stock account rupees 16,000. See here, for the given first, three steps we can go to keep in our mind. Step 1, first read the entire problem. and understand what we are actually asked to do in that problem. After that, you can go to make working notes. After making the working notes, prepare necessary ledger accounts. Then you think the entries in the mind. Then you can go to post that information in the ledger accounts. After that, now it is the time to close the accounts. Now, here, if you close the first account, you will find the profit or loss. See here 38,000 credit side, and if you calculate the total debit amount, you will get something like 34,300, and the difference will be 3,700. That is to profit, to 7th point, to profit and loss account in brackets profit 3,700, total 38,000. And come to next account, Ravi account. Here, yes, debit side 22,000. From that 22,000 you can go to direct 2,300. So we will get some 19,700. 19,700. This is the difference figure. So what we are doing here, we are settling. Consignee settle the account by giving a bank draft. By bank account. Here closing the account by giving a bank draft for rupees 80,700. So total of 22,000. Total of 22,000. Next, here goods and consignment account. That last point, we can go to transfer the goods and consignment account balance to trading account. So here 0.9 to trading account. So that is rupees 30,000. In this way, we can go to prepare the necessary ledger accounts in the books of consignor. So students, it's very simple and easy. If you apply the techniques, you can go to do the problem in 10 to 15 minutes. It won't take much more time. So in the annual exam also you can go to follow some steps. Then it is easy for you to do the problem. First, read the problem carefully and try to understand what we are asked to do with that problem. In that problem, then you can go to make working notes. After making the working notes, you prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of consignor. In this problem, we are asked to prepare the necessary ledger accounts in the books of consignor. So we need to prepare only 3 accounts. One is consignment account, second consignee account, third goods and consignment account. Okay students, I think you understood the problem. Thank you for watching the video.